Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of XR Talk Show. Today is 2021, April 21st. And today we are going to code JavaScript plus SVG. We are going to continue our journey last time. I did 2 videos before. That is generating JavaScript with Bigram. Let me show you where, okay? Hold on a second. JavaScript live coding, creating a bar chart in SVG. So that is April 16th, 2021. And 2021, April 10th, JavaScript live coding, writing a interactive Bigram count. Okay, so that's 2 videos I've done before. You can just search for my let's go to today's. Okay, so this is actually today, this is the part 3. Okay, let's see. So you can see we did 2 videos before. Today it's part 3. We're gonna finish the JavaScript coding. Now, to good health, a little red wine a day makes you live for longer, maybe, possibly. So you're gonna see me drunk coding. Actually, you know, drunk coding doesn't work, okay? But a little one won't get me drunk. Okay, so let's start coding. We don't have people here, so I'm just start to code it, okay? So let me show you what this is about. So this is the state of our condition last time. You start to type something and you can see the Bigram start to form. So you can see A2 happened twice. ST happened twice, TA happened twice, AR happened twice. Right now there's every Bigram, you know, so you have the data and you have a chart. And so this is Bigram, and as I type more, you can start to see a pattern, because some Bigram is a sequence of 2 letters. Some Bigram will happen more often than others. Okay, so for example, TH is one of the most frequent Bigram in English. Okay, so this is JavaScript and SVG, and in last 2 videos we explained, we live coded it. But today there's some problems. You see, now the Bigram, the bar chart, is upside down. That's incorrect. Well, that is not necessarily incorrect, but it is unusual. So normally you want to see them as, let me show you it, okay? Let me show it to you. Layouts, go to layouts. Just go to search for XRD keyword, you'll find. So this is how a normal bar chart looks like, you know. So we need to fix our upside down graph, and also we need to add a label so you can actually see what the Bigrams are. So let's start coding that. Good morning, who is it? Who comes by? Lucas Sambi. Hey, I remember Lucas Sambi. Good morning. Good evening. So JavaScript, Bigram, let's start coding. So let's see, where are we? So on this page, okay, so for you Emacs users, the pink window shows all my commands. You can see forward word, backward chart, and previous line, next line. You can see all my Emacs command code, or delete, paragraph, undo, and you can see also the key I used to code those commands. And I'm using Softlight keys, and this is I'm using a Vorak keyboard. Okay, So actually, so let me show you the Bigram keyboard. Okay, every time I have to show this a little bit so you can see the Bigram keyboard. Let's put the focus on the keyboard for a moment, so you can actually see what I'm typing. Okay, so this is Kinesis Advantage keyboard, and this is Ultimate Hacking keyboard I use as a macro pad. And if you like it, go to Xa Keyboard website, go to Ergo Keyboard, and you can see reviews of it. And there's also video reviews. So that's Kinesis Advantage 2 and Ultimate Hacking keyboard. Fantastic. Go there and buy it. They are good for your hands. Okay, let's back to the JavaScript coding. Okay, so search for JavaScript. So here is the line. We enter to open the file. So the file is only 120 lines of code. Okay, shall we go over? Yes, we shall. Let me go over the code so we can understand. So first of all, you have a description. JavaScript app to draw Bigram of a given text. First part of the problem, grab the given text, compute the bigrams, and print the count of them. Example, input A, B, C, D, E, T, H, T, H, T, H, and the bigrams are A, B, C, D. So the input is A, B, C, D, E. The bigrams are A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E. Okay, that's what bigram means. So you want to write a code given a big string. You want to sample output. Okay, you can. So sample output is a nested array. So TH occurs 3 times, HT occurs twice. This is just a sample. Okay, this is not the result of this text input. Okay, so that's the first part of the problem. Compute the bigrams, generate a data. The second part of the problem is given a map object of the bigram, such as this, draw a bar chart by generating a SVG object. So that's my second video I did last time. You can see it generates a SVG chart. So now let's go over the code. So Lucas says, just spot the keyboard from your recommendations. The Advantage 2 linear, the Advantage 2 LF, though from UK, not US, cause living in Europe. I hope it will be good for hand paint. I hope so. Thank you. I don't get money from UK Amazon. It's too bad. Anyway, so okay, Bigram. So let's see. Yeah, let's look at the code. Okay, so first of all, you want to know. So first of all, when you code SVG, when you code JavaScript, you need to be familiar with HTML. Okay, when you code JavaScript. So let me turn the camera back to my face. Okay, so that okay, so I need to buy a gooseneck for the camera so I can. Okay, so Bigram. Okay, now I'm feeling a little bit effect of the wine. Just a little red wine, 200 ml. Okay, Bigram. So when you code JavaScript, now I'm talking to beginners, of course. When you code JavaScript, let's go to my JavaScript website. Okay, JavaScript, I have a JavaScript in-depth tutorial. You should go buy it. If you like my stuff, go buy JavaScript in-depth. You'll learn JavaScript from the ground up for beginners, or even if you coded JavaScript at Google for 2 years, it will still benefit you. So So I was saying, when you code JavaScript, you also need to know, okay, if you go to web dev tutorials, you also need to know HTML very well. Okay, that's kind of necessary. You need to know HTML very well. And you also need to know CSS very well. So this is my my CSS tutorial and JavaScript tutorial. It's necessary, okay? Now, of course, if you are just working at some company, there's lots of libraries, lots of, CSS generators. Yeah, that's good for beginners. But if you really want to be a serious JavaScript programmer for writing web applications, you need to know by heart CSS and HTML well, okay? So that, for example, our Bigram application does not use any libraries. There's no npm, there's nothing. It's only 150 lines, okay? So where's the Bigram? Okay, so let's go back to .js. Okay, so Bigram only 120 lines. Okay, now we're gonna probably add 50 more lines, so make it complete. So let me go fast. So you need to understand HTML. You need to understand CSS. Then, because we are doing SVG, you also need to know SVG well. So I have a tutorial here. You can see a clock. This is generated by JavaScript and SVG, and only 100 lines. Okay, no library needed. Okay, so okay, so now let's look at how do we create a Bigram. Okay, so first of all, you need three important things here. So you can see, one is the text area HTML tag, which creates this box. Let's use a enter text. Then the other one is span SVG display area ID. So this is basically just invisible element span, because it's empty, you can see. And your JavaScript will grab that. Basically, it will insert SVG code into this place. So that's where you see the bar chart. And similarly, one more thing, you need another span, or it can be div as well, or any other ID show box. So this is where JavaScript will insert the data. So that is the three HTML things you need. Okay, then let's look at the JavaScript. Then here's the JavaScript. So you can open the file, go to the top. You can see, first of all, we use getElementById by ID to grab those elements, so they become DOM objects. So text area, then showbox, and SVG display area. Okay, typically these are named root. If you are using one of the libraries like React, Angular, or something, they call it root. They give a ID as root, but it's the same. Okay, so first of all, we have a function fstring to Bigram. So this function takes a string and it returns a JavaScript map object. JavaScript map object. Okay, I think I'm drunk. I'm slightly, okay, just a little red wine. I'm not a drinker. What are we on? So that function, this function string to Bigram, takes a string and it returns something like that, a map object. That is the statistics of the Bigram. Okay, so that's that function. Then we have the function sort map, which takes a map, JavaScript map object, which is key value pairs. Okay, then it sorts them. Okay, and it returns a nested array where each element is a array of two elements, like that. So it sorts the map basically. So that's sort map. Then another function, map filter. Map filter out certain pairs in the map, certain keys in the map. Why? Why do you need to do that? Because when you have bigram, for example, let's say you have, so this is a bigram period and something else. Now you see that period. So M and period forms one bigram, and period and space forms another bigram. Okay, that's technically true. Every two characters is considered a bigram. But however, that we don't want that, because typically when you consider statistics of bigram, you only consider letters. You don't consider the any punctuation. Therefore, we need to have a function, filter map, that removes those pairs. And this function is done by using a regular expression. You can see regular expression, A to Z, capital case or lowercase, and another A to Z. So we only want A to Z. If it's not, if the key is not a letter, remove it. Okay, actually now, since I'm looking at this code, this should be, this code needs to be improved, because, for example, if I'm typing Chinese, sometimes, or other languages, Russian, let's say Russian, Chinese, Japanese, you also need to compute bigram. But if you just remove everything that's not English alphabet, then you don't get any bigrams, because Chinese is all characters. So instead of using alphabet, instead of using A to Z, we need to change it so that it uses regular expression of characters. You can do that with Unix, with Unicode property. Now this is a little bit advanced. Yeah, this is a advanced topic, and I'm digressing, but let me digress. Okay, but if you go to my JavaScript in depth, go to object reference, then you go to regular expressions, and let's magnify. Okay, then here is all you need to know about regular expressions in JavaScript. Okay, and you can see regular expression. So you have a tutorial, then you have a list of regular expression functions, which is actually what you need to call. These are the most useful. Let me digress a little bit again. So in JavaScript is not a very well designed language, because it is designed and implemented in 10 days only. Now this is true. This is actual historical fact. JavaScript language is designed and implemented, writing a compiler in only 10 days. So this got lots of problems. But then after 20 years, by now 25 years, lots of changes in web technology. So you have a huge amount of baggage. Okay, end of digression. Now, why am I talking about that? Because in JavaScript regular expression functions, you have two types. One set are string methods. So you have a string and you have a function that takes a regular expression as input. So these are string object methods. Okay, then you have actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them by now. Then you have two regular expression object based functions. So you start with a regular expression, then you call the method, then you give it a string. So it's kind of, you may say it's inconsistent, but actually this happens in Python. I believe it happens in Python as well. So it's one of the problem of designing a language, object-oriented language. You have the issue of a dilemma of whether you should put the string as object or or regular expression as object. It's hard to decide. Same issue happens in numbers. So if you have a number, should the number be the object, or should math be the object? Be the class. So if number is the object, so you have a number, then you say plus, dot plus. Plus is a method, multiply is a method, divide is a method. But if you have the math as object, math library, so you say math, then you dot plus, then the number becomes arguments. Then you have math dot multiply, then arguments, numbers. So it's a design, it's a problem. It's one of the kind of the well-known problem in object-oriented language design, because which way should you go? Is not, there's no one good answer to that. So some languages has both, as you've seen here in JavaScript. Okay, so that's a bit digression again. Now back to regular expressions. So JavaScript, you have a tutorial, you have regular expression functions, then you have regular expression syntax. Now okay, I'm digressing a lot. Let's get back to the code, okay? Okay, so now let's get back to the question of how do you capture characters that is actually a character, including English alphabets, Russian alphabets, or Chinese characters. That can be done if you go to my JavaScript in depth. That can be done if you look into, let's see, properties, okay. Let's see, tutorial. Do I cover it here? No, because tutorial is just for beginners, okay. We are doing advanced JavaScript now. So let's go to properties.prototype. Go down, magnify. Let me show you how to do that, okay. This is kind of a digression. So first of all, object, regular expression, regexp prototype. Okay, so what type is it? What is its parents? What is its purpose? Then you have properties. Then you have the two functions, test and execute. And you also have two string properties. Then you have a bunch of symbol properties. Now, symbol is a new thing, new data type introduced in JavaScript 2015. Again, that's advanced. There it is, okay? So then you have value properties. Okay, actually, this is not what we want. We are getting complex. Okay, I think I found a flaw in my JavaScript tutorial, because where does it say? Because right now I want to be able to match characters in Unicode, not just English alphabets. I want to match all possible characters that's considered a character of some language, which should include English letters, Cyrillic, Russian, or even Chinese characters or Japanese characters. So there's a way to do that, and I'm not seeing it here. So let's click on that, maybe. So this should be considered as a flaw in my tutorial, because there's no easy way to find it. But what's going on? Let's click on flags. Okay, so there I found it. So it's one of the flag. To match Unicode characters, use Unicode property syntax. C, regular expression Unicode property. Okay, so here is the example how you do it. So let's see, let's look at the Unicode property. Regular expression Unicode property. Okay, so here's how you do it. Okay, since we are talking about that, let's continue and implement this. This is a bit advanced topic, Now let's go back to the comment. Let's see what comment. Sorry, I missed it. Did you already go over SVG? No, I did not. Oh, so Lucas, thank you. So Lucas is ahead of me. He already found it. Yeah. So that is this page. So we digressed a little bit. We are talking about a specific feature of JavaScript that allows you to match Unicode, that allows you to match characters of any language, not just English alphabet. This is how you do it. And there's an example, okay? So let's just code it. Then we continue on about the SVG thing, okay? Since we talked about this for 5 or 10 minutes now. So get letters, okay? Here is the code. So back to JavaScript code. So we're gonna modify this code, okay? So first of all, paste what we did and copy, okay? Then we're gonna modify this, copy it, paste it, make a new version, and the JavaScript code should be p that. Okay, here is the syntax for the. Here's a syntax if you want to match any character that is considered a letter. Okay, L stand for letter. Okay, so instead of here. Instead of AZ, which is English alphabet, we need to put this here. Okay, cut, paste, delete that. We need this twice, okay, because we have two. We are doing bigrams, so two letter characters, okay. So we don't need this example anymore. Delete that. And this is the old code, comment it out. So now we have the new code. Let's see. Can you see? Can you do a comparison between these two codes? Okay, let's make it like that. Okay. So you can see the differences between these two codes. Okay. Yeah, that's what we want. So comment out the first one. Now, this file is actually a TypeScript file. You can see the file name .ts. So if I go to the directory, you can see this is the file name .ts. So we need to compile it into JavaScript. Okay, so let's do. Because TypeScript, by the way, if you don't know, TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. So any JavaScript is also TypeScript. But TypeScript has types, added types feature to JavaScript. So anyway, this is a TypeScript. We need to compile it. So let's call compile TypeScript file, okay? TypeScript compile file. So command success, okay, with no output, okay? Now let's go back to our Bigram calculator. Oh, did it? Okay, I think I screwed up because it's not working anymore. Press F12 to turn on the console log. So uncaught type error. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so we screwed up with this. Why? This should be Unicode properties. Now let's look at the JavaScript code it generated. Let's see if it screwed up. No, it should be fine. Okay, so okay, this filters the map. Now where is filter map code? Search, okay, filter map, sort bigram. So filter map is probably returning a empty map. That's my guess. Due to our change doesn't work. We need to push on. So let's forget about, because we haven't even started to code yet. We need to go over the code talking about SVG. We need to create, change the bar and little digression here. It's screwing things up. Should I continue fixing? Should we fix this, or should I continue pushing the? Let's see what's the error here. Uncalled type error, reduce of empty array with no initial value. That's right. Yeah, so basically our code here is not working. It creates a empty array. Basically it filtered everything out. Why is that? Let's go back to the Unicode example. Get letters \p then braces bracket L. That should mean a Unicode. Oh, we forgot the GU. Yeah, you need the GU, idiotic. Regular expression flags. Okay, that's stupid. Regular expression flags. GU. Okay. Let's do it again. Okay, compile TypeScript, compile file, enter. Okay, success. Back to browser, magnify, refresh. Fantastic. Now we have the bar chart again. Now let's try to type some Chinese. Okay, switch to Chinese pinyin. You see, we can type Chinese. Now delete the whole thing. TT, okay, wait. English, TT, okay, yeah, TTHHYY. Now let's type Chinese. Okay, let's just repeat these two Chinese characters. These two characters means Chinese, okay, in case you don't know. Let's just repeat it, you see? Fantastic, you see it's working. Okay, so now that's a digression into regular expressions for catching any characters that's considered a letter in any language, not just English or not just Western alphabets. Okay, that fixed that. Now let's continue to review our code. Okay, I think that one is what you are looking for. Okay, what year did you know was the moment you know math is something you will know forever? Dizziness. I wanted to become a mathematician. I wanted to become the greatest mathematician since I was about 21. But I failed. I wasn't, I'm not really, you could say I'm an amateur mathematician, okay? But I become a coder, a programmer, which is, by the way, much easier. But anyway, so let's back to our code. So we have filter map function. These filters are Bigram data. Then we have the compute percentage function, which takes a Bigram map object and returns. It returns, instead of the count, it returns a percentage. For example, this is example of input. This is a map object. th occurs 3 times, ht occurs 2 times. Now instead of count, we want to change that. So how much is 3 with respect to all the numbers, like a percentage. So that is what this function does. Because why you need a percentage? Because when you are generating a bar chart, you need a percentage instead of a count. Okay, so because the height of the bar will be dependent, as a percentage of the height of the whole graph. So that's a compute percentage. Then we start to have SVG functions that draws SVG. So you can see this draw SVG function, it starts to generate a SVG, beginning by taking a Bigram map object, and it'll just generate a SVG. Okay. Now I'm not going to go over the details of how you do that because that's the content of the last video. Okay. Okay, so that's draw SVG. Then finally you have the update function. So update function, and plus you have the event listener. So for the text area box, which is this box, for text area you add an event listener, and the event will be input. That means whenever this text changed, we are telling JavaScript to consider that, we want to know about that. Whenever it changed, we tell JavaScript to call the fUpdate function. Okay, then what does the update function do? It, first of all, it takes the text area dot value, the contents of the text string. Then you call string to Bigram. Okay, so you get the map object. So we got a Bigram data. Then you call the draw SVG function. Then you give it Bigram data. Then you sort it. Then you filter punctuations or whatever. Then you turn it into a percentage. Okay. Then you draw it. So that's why we see the chart. So then this part is again same thing, but now you turn it into a JSON string, and that's what this part is about. So so for user using this application, they can copy this text. They can get the data, and maybe they want to feed it to Python program or whatever for their own uses. So this application will be generally useful, not just visually. Okay, so that's our code so far. So what we need to do today is to fix this upside down bar chart and add a label. Which one do we do first? Let's fix the upside down chart. Okay. Let's fix the upside down chart. Okay, so in order to do that, we dive into the draw SVG function here. Okay, so we can see, first of all, so let's go over. So first of all, it specified the SVG width and height. So 900 by 600 pixels. By the way, the default SVG unit is pixels. Now this is in contrast to CSS. By default, CSS do not have a default unit. So every time you specify, pixels or width or height, you have to say px for pixels or cm or other units. SVG is slightly different. So they, in a sense, they are inconsistent. Okay, this is a history of technology. In SVG, you don't have to say a unit. By default, the unit is pixels. Okay, so width and height of the SVG box. Then you create a SVG box element, SVG element by calling document.create element ns. Okay. Then you add the attribute width and height. Okay. Then you say inner HTML equals to empty. Why? Because every time you type something, you want to redraw the whole thing. So before you draw, you want to remove everything that's there. So that's the inner HTML equals to empty string. Then you want to append the SVG element into the display area, to the HTML, so to this position. So we are attaching our drawing to it. Then you start to draw the bars, okay? So number of bigrams equals to map.size, and bar width, each bar chart bar width is SVG width divided by number of bigrams times 0.9, okay? Because we want to shrink it a little bit. It's not working here. You see, each bar is adjacent here. That is actually incorrect. So we want to multiply by 0.8. Okay, let's try that. Compile file, magnify, refresh. It's not working. So why is the width does not work? Bar width. Okay, let's continue on. Okay, let's see. I don't understand why is the bar width is not working. So then we create the bars. That's this part of the code. So for each element in the bigram map, we do a for each key and value. Key is a bigram, which is a string. Value is a number of kind of a percentage ratio, okay? So for each, and I is the index, bar height equals to SVG height times V. So remember, the value is a percentage relative to all the frequencies of the bigram occurrences. So the bar height will be, the SVG height times that percentage. So it kind of shrinks. Then we create a bar element here. Bar x equals to document.create element. Okay, I'm going too slow, right? I'm kind of stuck. How many people are watching? 3. Okay, so let me just start to code. I need to code this. Okay, then for each bar we set attribute x and y is the coordinate where bar will appear, and so on. Okay, and then we need to add the bar to the SVG. So that's that. So now our problem is to it's upside down. So how do you fix that? So let me explain. Okay, in a SVG, the coordinate 0, 0 is on the upper left corner. So x start from left to right, and y start from top to down. Okay, so that's why our bar chart is like upside down. So we need to invert it. So we need to. This is problematic. So each bar x is equals to. X is the position, so x, we don't change x, but y needs to begin at the bottom. Okay, so we need to go back to the SVG element. Okay, so you go back to the tutorial. So let's open a new tab. Let's go to SVG. So SVG basics, then SVG rectangle. So rectangle. Yeah, so the bar is drawn. You given a coordinate. That coordinate is going to be the upper left of the rectangle. Yeah, so oh God. So if you want to draw from bottom up, you need to think about geometry. Tedious. It's a fantastic problem in all computer graphics. You might be wondering, why is computer graphics, they always started in the reverse order of the typical math. In math convention, you have the x-axis, you have y-axis. Y goes from bottom to up, But for all computer graphics, you start from the top to bottom. So you have this tedious problem of reversing it. Yeah, okay, so I need to do it. So that, so you need to think. So it needs to begin. So the SVG height, bar height should be start Y for SVG. What do you mean? That's what we are doing. That's what we are trying to figure out. So you know what I mean, right? First of all, you have to understand the SVG orientation of its coordinate. Then you have to understand the rectangle element, So when you say X and Y in rectangle element, they refer to the top left corner of the rectangle. So in our case, we need to, let me think. Oh, are you giving the answer? Maybe you are ahead of me. Oh, SVG height minus bar height. Yeah, you are probably right. Okay, so okay. SVG height minus the bar height. Yeah, exactly. So let's code it. So SVG height, okay, minus the bar height. That's right. So here, let's do it here. Okay, let's make a SVG height minus, where is the bar height? Okay, so that, let's try it. Compile, success. Back to browser. Refresh. Oops. Yeah. Okay, something is wrong. F12. What? Some cookies are misusing the recommended same-site attribute. What the? Yeah, that's Google's analytics, I think. Anyway, so what's going on? So X stays the same. The bar height Y should be SVG height minus bar height. Yeah, but why is it wrong? So what is the error? Let's compile again. No error in compilation. Refresh. I don't know what is going on. SVG is not showing up. Okay. Uncaught type error. Reduce of empty array with no initial value. What's this? Learn more. Okay, no, I don't need your Mozilla. Okay, line 57. What are you talking about? Line 57. Oh, that's referring to the JavaScript line 57. So let's go to JavaScript line 57. Okay. Values reduce. Why is that? How come We didn't change that part. How come all of a sudden you have a problem there? So now let's revert the bar thing. So SVG height, okay, and bar height is a integer, right? Yeah, it is an integer. And 2 strings, so I don't see what's wrong with that. Okay, anyway, let's revert and compile. Let's see what the... Okay, so the problem is indeed due to the way we change the height, I mean the origin of the rectangle. What? Why is that? Any Lucas? So Lucas, you are a JavaScript coder. So what what is wrong here? So why? Let's see. Let's see again. Let's make sure. So SVG height minus bar height. That should be right. Can we print it? Can we console log this? Let's say console log bar height. Okay, let's see what we get. Format it. Okay, then compile it to browser, refresh. Now it's printing some numbers. It is printing, okay, so it's printing bar height. Seems to work. So bar height is working. Let's see, type something, type something, type something, type something. So every time you type, it prints 3 values. Is it space after closing that? Here. So every time you type something, it prints bar height 3 times, or more than 3 times. But anyway, bar height. So what is the error? So there is no error, but we are not showing, it's not showing up any chart. So that means, I think I know what's going on. So the bar is going off the canvas, probably. Yeah, this is a problem with the computer graphics. The programming industry despises these problems because, and I have looked for a simple way to tell SVG just simply flip it. I don't want it to start from the top to bottom. I want the conventional start from bottom to top without every time I code something I have to do the geometry. And I looked all over. There's no such thing. There's no such option. So this is to me a problem among programmers. Why do I blame the programmers? Because for 20, 40, 50 years it's that way. Programmers typically, they don't complain. Most of these C++ low level type of programmers, they don't think this is a problem. Anyway, so so it's wasting our time here. Anyway, so back to why would okay, so let's make sure. I don't think it's wise. Let's make sure. Let's see the semantic of the semantics of the rectangle thing. Yeah, so this square is 100 by 100, okay? So you are drawing a rectangle, x is 9, y is 0. So x start from 9 pixels to the right, and y start from 0, which is top. So it draws a rectangle from top to bottom. Yeah, so the xy is the coordinate of the top left corner of the rectangle. So when you have SVG height, oh, okay, wait, SVG height. Okay, I think I know. You don't. I think I know. You don't want to minus the bar height. You want to minus the height of the opposite. I mean the spare part of the height. Okay, so basically you want to. Here's what we want. I think I know. It's not showing up. It's our current code. The bar, the rectangle is outside of the SVG canvas. So you want basically SVG height minus the SVG height minus bar height. Okay, that's what you want. So if we can simplify this, so it's gonna be SVG height plus bar height. Okay. So because if you simplify, then it's gonna be plus here. So SVG height minus. Wait. So it's just bar height. No, I don't think that's right. This should be right? I mean, the original. I want to try to do it one shot, like think clearly and logically to come up with the correct code. Then run it. It should work. Instead of, like right now, I have the opportunity, just try it. Trial and error coding. We'll probably get it right. But I want to be able to understand. It's a trivial problem, but it's often very confusing. The height. It should be right, because I think this should be right, but I don't understand. Yeah, so it should be right? SVG height minus bar height. Yeah, what the hell? But if we do, let's resign to trial and error. Compile it. Go back to the code. Refresh. Okay. So the problem is indeed about the height. But now we got a weird crap. Okay, so now it's time to wait. So what is going on? Such a trivial problem, it'll take 10 minutes to do. Tedious, the tedium of JavaScript and SVG, and that started me into another rant about the entire computer graphics industry, which is all hacks and the OpenGL crap, low-level crap. And then people like Canvas, Apple's Canvas technology, that's even worse. SVG is relatively high level. So anyway, so let's see SVG height. I don't understand. This should be correct. SVG height minus bar height. That's where y's begin. That's where y begin. You don't understand. So on the other hand, if we have this is just this minus that, so this becomes just bar height. So that is essentially, this is just bar height. Yeah, so this is just bar height plus bar height, bar height plus bar height, bar height plus bar height. That's not what we want. It should be just SVG height minus the bar height. So what's wrong with our code? This should be right. Remove that. SVG height. Let's look. Okay, let's look the next line. So width doesn't change, bar width, and also bar width we have a problem because our scaling factor is not having any effect. Why is that? Let's say 6, okay? Compile, refresh, not working, okay? Okay, let's go back for now. Let's go to the compile, refresh. Okay, let's go back to this. Now the width is a problem. Why is the width not working? Okay, maybe, yeah, wait, what? Console log bar width, okay. Print it. And compile the code, refresh, start over. It has, the bar width, okay. We got a problem. The bar width is not having any effect. Yeah, but what is the value? Okay, bar width changes. Why is that? Okay, we got something wrong here. Bar width should never change. Why is bar width changing? Oh, I see. So bar width is indeed changing because number of bigrams changes all the time. Because every time you type a new character, it adds a new bigram potentially. So the number of bigrams increased. Therefore, the bar width will decrease. But still, bar width should be the same for every bar. So, yeah, so still, given a input text, the bar width, we compute the bar width. So SVG width divided by number of bigrams. So it should get smaller and smaller, right? Yeah, that's right. You see, 540, 270, 180, 135, 108, 90, 77. So our bar width is correct. And our bar width is correct. And but why is it not having any effect? it seems like it does have effect. You see, it does have effect, but it's not, why is that we don't see gaps? Because we multiplied by 0.6, so greetings bots. Oh, YouTube notification is good. So how many people? I have like 3 people watching. Yeah. Oh, 9. Okay, increased. Say hi, guys. So we are stuck with this problem. The main problem is we cannot reverse the bar's direction. But meanwhile, possibly related is that the bar width, we are not seeing gaps between bar, and we are stuck there. We don't know what is the problem. Yeah, there is transform reflect. I've used it, but it's it creates more problem than it's worth. Yeah, it does, because it's not just a flip. You have to flip and you have to move. It creates more problems. So let's think about geometry, because usually, I've done lots of geometry programming. Usually, you really need to think, to get it right. After some trial and error, it doesn't work. You cannot. You shouldn't continue. Lots of trial and error, because you are missing some understanding. So why is so? Let's think. Okay, SVG height minus the bar height. Okay, the first problem is this. Why is this not right? SVG height minus the bar height. Then a related problem is, why is the width, SVG width is not working out? I mean, why is it there's no gaps between? Let's make this even very small. Let's say just times 0.2. Compile. Refresh. Oh, I see. You see, that's because the x, even so, you decrease the width, but you did not decrease. But you should not decrease where the bar began, on the x coordinate. Okay, so here is the problem. It's okay. So here is the problem. Yeah, this is incorrect. Yeah, because it shrinked with bar width. That's why. So, okay, so bar width should be 0.8. Let's say 0.9, some gap. But okay, we need another variable. Okay, so total bar width will equals to SVG width divided by number of bigrams. Then bar width will be total width times 0.9. Okay, so that gives you some gap. Now the x coordinate for each bar will be I times bar total width. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's right. Compile it. So this should give us gaps between the bars. Refresh. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. That's fixed one problem. The next problem is to fix the upside down problem. So let's just try it. Okay, so let's just try it. Oh yeah, I think maybe similar problem. Wait, SVG height, it has nothing to do with width. So you are doing a for each loop, and so the SVG height is constant, right? Yeah, the SVG height is defined somewhere above here. So it does not change. It's a constant. You see, we define it as a constant, so you cannot change. If you change it, it's gonna be JavaScript error. Okay, so SVG height is constant, and then multiplied by v. Okay, so v is a percentage. I mean, v is kind of percentage times 100, so it's a scaling factor. Then you get bar height. Okay, is that correct? Yes, that's the bar height. Then, so bar height is different for each bar, right? Yeah, so then you say SVG height minus bar height. It should be right. It should be correct. What's going on? SVG height minus bar height. Compile. Let's try it. Refresh. Same problem. F12. We stuck with a geometry problem. So what do we do now? You know, so that so this problem we need to fix it. You know, that's our job. That's what we are doing. We need to fix it. We cannot skip it. This problem, a geometric problem, ruins this video because we we stuck this. This is not even a JavaScript problem, but this should be correct. What the hell? So let's print this value, okay? Console log bar height. Okay, first of all, console log bar height. So bar height equals to so where is xmap? You know, xmap is a percentage, right? Xmap is the argument to draw SVG. And xmap, and if we look at who calls draw SVG, so search for draw SVG, we can see the argument is compute percentage. So perhaps we should, okay, let's say xxmap. Okay, let's say constant xxmap, and it'll be that value. Then let's say percentage map. Okay, so we can print console log, print this map. Let's see what's going on. And okay, there's some problem with Deno format because it's not formatting this console line correctly before. Oh, it does. Okay, so search for console and remove the printing of the bar width. Okay, and comment that out. Compile. So every time we type a new character, it should print the bigram with a percentage value. Okay, uncalled type error something. Okay, reduce of empty array with no initial value. Okay, so there's a problem with empty array still. Wait, is it did we compile? Why is it printing bar with compile? What? Okay, now that's right. Every time we type a character, a new map is printed. That's correct. And the value of each bigram is a percentage. I mean, is a value between 0 and 1. That's also correct. Yeah. So we feed that into the draw SVG code. So here, so we feed that into, into the draw SVG code. So draw SVG code gets the, gets the percentage valued map bigram object. And then when we start to create the bars, the rectangles, we have the key. Key is a bigram. Is the key used somewhere? No. We need to use it for the label later on. But the value is the percentage. Value is used for the bar height. And so far we've seen it's working correctly. But the problem is with the position it is starting to draw it. Oh, okay. I got it. This is, again, the confusing geometry problem. Wait, I almost got it, but I lost it. This should be correct. I don't know what... Okay. This ruined the video. We are stuck here. Let's say 10. Okay, let's say now I don't know what's going on, so let's just say start from 10. Okay, compile. Error: an identifier or keyword cannot immediately follow a numeric. Okay, stupid. Compile. Refresh. So it's drawing from the top. This time 10 pixels below. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go to the HTML page and let's add a kind of a border around the SVG box. So so go to the bigram calculator page, magnify. We want a border around this display SVG area around this. Okay, so go to the top. So let's add CSS tag. What? Styles. Add a style tag and ID SVG display area. Then let's switch to CSS mod. Then let's just say border. Okay, border solid thin gray. Okay, switch to HTML mod again. Show in browser, magnify, refresh. Where's my border? Okay, wrong area. Oh wait, we screwed up. You see, our display area has a border here, but we inserted SVG into some wrong place. What's going on? Display area. So we have display area and show box. This shouldn't be a span. Okay, change it. That's a mistake. Yeah. Dive. Yeah, okay. And remove that paragraph and also change this to dive. Show in browser. There we have it. Oh my god. So this is actually a revelation, because due to HTML and CSS, that is causing us to have wasted 30 minutes on this crap. So open a JavaScript file again, then turn this back, remove that. I mean, let's use, SVG height minus bar height. That should be correct. Okay, compile the code. Okay, back to browser, magnify, refresh. No. What the? At this point, I'm very frustrated. Yeah, that's what is the bar height? Where's the this is wrong. Where's the TTT? TTT occur 44 times. Where is that? Okay, I think I might stop this stream because we stuck this and stuck on this, and it's no fun. Who else is watching? Comments. We have 9 people watching. Comments. 8 people watching. Okay, but we need to solve this. I mean, this is so the more it doesn't work, the more interesting it becomes. Something wrong with our code, and we don't know what it is. And right now it's missing a giant bar. Oh, okay. You see that blue thing? It's So apparently one of the largest bar is not showing. Yeah, okay, so X, so there is some comment. Thank you guys. Hold on a second. Let me I'm gonna read it in a bit, okay? So I think I know what's going on. So X start with bar total width, bar column width. So let's rename bar total width to bar column width, because that makes more sense. So X is the position of each rectangle. So I times bar column width. I begins with 0. That's right, because I is the index of the array. So begins of 0. So it starts with over here, and okay. So I think another thing we did wrong is this bar total width. So bar total width, bar column width is, let's say your SVG width is 100 pixels, and let's say you have 5 bigrams, so you want 5 bars. So when you divide SVG width 100 divided by 5, which is 20, I'm thinking of an error, something like off by one. So maybe one of the bar went outside, something like that. Yeah, but so far I don't see where is the error. So X is that, and bar height is yeah, I'm stuck. Okay, let's see the comments. Nice setup, man. Thank you. Mac Anzi, hi. Love your work. Thank you. I'm new to JavaScript and SVG going. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Good luck. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I've been talking. We stuck this problem. Oh God. But we've been coding for 90 minutes. And this is just not right. Okay, let's start from 0 again. So compile the code, refresh. So let's have some controlled chart, A, B, C, D. Okay, so A, B, C, D, that's 4 characters. So 4 characters creates 3 bigrams. So that means you should have 3 bars. Now you see the left one, the rightmost one is fact. So the data is correct. A, B, B, C, C, D each occurs 1 time. A, B, B, C, C, D. But the bar chart, the rightmost one is fact. Now we need to dive connecting. Okay, there's some disruption. Okay, so the rightmost bar is screwed. So how do you So where in the code does the bar charts depend on the list you returned? Well, we have this draw SVG function. So this function takes a argument. The argument is, the bigrams you see, that's the data. nested array. Each element is 2 elements, array. In fact, as a hack, we can probably solve the missing right bar chart by +1 here. But that's just a hack, because I'm not understanding the situation. For example, let's try A, B, C. Oh, still, yeah, it solves the problem. You see, A, B, C, 3 characters, 2 bigrams, and you have 2 bars. That's correct. Okay, we see the problem. You see, it's cut off. So it's not the case that the bar is not showing, but rather for some reason it's cut off by the rendering engine. Yeah, that's likely the problem. That's a problem with web programming. Lots of these. So that may have to do with CSS or with the SVG box we are creating. Where's the SVG? So you see, our width is 900. Now, maybe because of my website that I have some CSS magic. I have some CSS magic because, let me show you, okay? Because, let's see, you see, there is a left navigation panel, but if you shrink it, if it's smaller to some degree, the panel go away. So that's called responsive design, so-called, which is idiotic crap. So, and right now, I don't know if this problem is related or not, but we can test it by go to the HTML page, close it, reopen, and remove the line that loads my custom CSS. So this file does not depends on my CSS, which is 200 lines. Okay. So now refresh. Okay, it seems the problem remains. Okay, you don't have the special CSS, but the problem remains. It's somehow cut off. Okay, I think I know the problem. The problem again is with CSS. I mean with SVG. So in SVG you have the view box, which is what we have. I mean the viewport, okay? Then you have you see the viewport is SVG width and height. That's you specify. And it creates a absolute coordinate. But if your elements went outside of it, it'll just disappear. But it shouldn't in our case because we are dividing by the SVG width. But anyway, besides the viewport, then you also have a relative coordinate. This is when you say, width and height, but also view box equals to something. So you can have a relative coordinate. We can do that. But let's try it. Okay, let's try it then. So here is a line that creates SVG. Let's modify it. Okay, wait. So you need to add attribute. Let me show you. Okay. Oh, here is our mistake. We SVG attribute width and width. This should be height. What the fuck? Compile code. Where's our page? Refresh. No, it works. God. Okay, a typo created our problem. A typo created the entire problem for us and wasted us 1 hour. 1 fucking hour. A typo. The typo is this line should be width and height, but instead we have width and width. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to quickly. Now everything should work. Okay, compile. Now we should have fixed the upside down graph. Indeed, beautiful. Now we should have fixed the upside down graph. Okay, it's just not good because it's not relative. But anyway, the upside down is fixed. Now we need to make them relative. So the first bar, so the height should be, I mean the bar height should be, the bar height should be SVG height times the percentage of occurrence, then divided by the highest bar. So the highest bar should have, the full SVG height. Okay, that's why. So that's why you are seeing, you see, so the highest bar should be the base. Okay, the base of measurement. So we need to modify the code here. The bar height equals to SVG height times V. And then, okay, so we need to know what's the biggest one. So that one is easy. The biggest one is the first element in XMap because we already sorted it. So XMap, the first element, okay, the first element of it, then the first element of it, that's a value. So that is the basis. So wait. Okay, so wait. We need to do this. Constant highest bar height. Okay, we need to define this. Let's put it here. Okay, highest bar height will be equal to the frequency of the first the highest element times the SVG height. Okay, the frequency, yeah, so let's put it here. The SVG height scaled by the frequency of the SVG height. Okay, prettify. Then for each bar height, so this part can actually go up because, does it change? It does. Okay, so for each bar height will be the highest bar height times V. Okay, compile. Back to browser, magnify, refresh. Oh, it went away. Okay, it went away. Okay, now okay, so now there's something else to fix. So instead of SVG height minus bar height, it should just be highest bar height. Okay, compile. refresh. No, it didn't work. Let's just say start from 0, you idiot. Compile, refresh. Now starting from 0 doesn't work. Now F12, help, console log, help, uncaught type error, xmap 0 is undefined. Okay, so that's easy to fix. First of all, let's make this, change this back. So this thing xmap.entries. Okay, let's shrink them. xmap.entries. Why is it not working? Because xmap is a, what is xmap? Xmap is the argument to draw SVG here. And what is draw SVG? Draw SVG is compute percentage, the return value of compute percentage. So what is the return value of compute percentage? Okay, so the return value of compute percentage is a map. That's why, no wonder it doesn't work. Stupid JavaScript. Okay, I know what's going on. So in order to there is no way to get the first element of a map by index. So our data structure, you need to change the data structure, because map is a key value pair. You cannot, get the first element. Even so, the map object is actually ordered. In JavaScript, the map object maintains order, but you cannot get the first element like that. So either change the argument, change the input to SVG, draw SVG, so that it takes a entry instead of, it takes a array instead of a map object. So it's actually much easier to work with. It's actually much easier to work with array of arrays instead of a map. But if you change it to array, then you have to change. Okay, this size will be length. Okay, that can be done. Okay, make a backup first. So because we are going to make a kind of a big change, so we need to basically here draw SVG. So okay, let's do it. Let's just do it quickly. God, I'm getting tired too. Let's forget about efficiency. Okay, let's just do it quickly here. So now you get entries. Now search for xmap. So let's see. So this is now length, and you don't need the entries here because it's already entries. So okay, and okay, so let's see. Okay, let's just compile. Let's do trial and error. Let's be sloppy. Refresh. Unexpected value, none. Passing width attribute. So we have to xmap. Oh yeah, so if you change it to array, then this syntax no longer works because for each, the for each method for map and for each method for array are different. Okay, let's undo everything. Undo back to where we are. Okay, undo everything, save, and now, so instead of changing the argument for xmap, let's just change it inside here. Biggest bigram, okay? Biggest bigram, let's extract here. So we are doing this super inefficiently. Okay. So we extract here, then we can inside here we just do that. Okay. TypeScript, compile, success, refresh. Unexpected value none at code line number 90, 88. Okay, refresh. 92. So line number 92. Go to the JavaScript, open line number 92. What the heck is 92? So it's highest bar height minus bar height. What? Passing y attribute. So we are getting none here, not a number. Why are we getting not a number? Because one of highest bar height or bar height is not a number. Okay, so close back to our TypeScript, and let's see where is the problem. So bar height, highest bar height. Oh, okay, so so this should be SVG height minus, okay. But I don't think that'll fix it. Yeah, 92. Okay, so I'm gonna continue anyway. So I'm gonna finish, because I need to code this myself. So why not just continue anyway? So biggest bigram value equals to xmap. Xmap is a map object, and we want to turn it into nested array by calling the entries method. Then the entries method returns a iterable. Then we need to use the spread operator to turn it into a actual array. Once we have an array, 0 is the first element, which is a key and value of array. Then again, the first element should be the value. Wait, what does entries return? Is it key value or value key? Fuck JavaScript. Object reference, map, entries. It returns key value, okay? Each yield is an array of the form key value, okay? So key value, not value key. Because some other method does, they return value key. Okay, biggest bigram value. Let's print it. Compile the code. Refresh. Let's see. So we got none. You see, every time you type, you got none here. It's printed none. So why is it none? So xmap. Can we just print xmap? No. So it's telling us this is not going well. Shouldn't take all this long, Yeah, but actually this happens often in real life coding. Yeah, if I think about, real life coding in Emacs or in Perl, this does happen all the time. You are stuck with some stupid shit for hours. Then you see, that's why you see Stack Overflow, a bunch of questions. Some of them is valid question, but some of them is just because you made a typo somewhere. You don't know what is going on. Like right now, I don't really have a question. I don't have a question about SVG, no JavaScript. But something is wrong here. Maybe a typo somewhere. So xmap is a search for draw SVG. Okay, draw SVG returns it takes a argument, and this argument is the return value of compute percentage, right? And if you look at compute percentage, it returns a result map, which is a map object. So go back to draw SVG. The way it is called, the argument it receives, the xmap is a map object. So a map object, and why is it not working? So let's remove other console log. Okay, and so this is the only console log we have. Compile, back to browser, refresh. Okay, close that window. Let's start all over. Okay, show in browser. Wait, show in browser. What? Show in what? Show in browser. What? Show in browser. Oh, yeah, of course, JavaScript you cannot show in browser. You have to show in browser as HTML file. Now magnify. Now F12 console log. Okay, so even before even you type anything, you are getting this error, unexpected value. Line 91, passing y attribute. Unexpected error. So the part about passing y attribute. Here, okay, let's just say start from 0. Compile, shrink, JavaScript, refresh, console log. Okay, no error, but no diagram. Now where does the ex come from? It's printing it. Oh, it's printing it, right? That's right. So console log, so this is incorrect. You know, we expect this to be a number, but it's actually EX, so it's actually printing the key. Oh, of course. This should be 1, not 0. Oh my god, what the fuck? Now I don't even need that. Compile. God, of course. Now, of course, yeah. Wait, something is wrong. Yeah, but we can fix that. Okay, now let's go back to fix the bar height stuff. So now we got the biggest bigram value. So the highest bar height is equals to the SVG height times biggest bigram value, and each bar height equals to highest bar height times V. Wait. No. No. I think what's going on is our percentage is wrong. We got more and more problems. Now, I think the problem is the compute percentage. It's not returning a correct kind of percentage thing. Why is that? Because let's see the update code. The update code, filter map. Let's print compute percentage, okay? Okay, so now we can actually see the percentage printed here. And also, by the way, the height of the SVG is too big. Too big. So instead of 600, let's say 300. Compile the code. Back to browser, magnify, refresh. Good. Now let's see. Okay, now nothing is going on. Nothing is happening. So I know, because let's go to the update here. So this is percentage map is incorrect. So it's a map. Now you want to turn it into a array, okay? Use the spread operator. Now compile, because Java's JSON string file does not understand map. It needs array. So refresh. Now we got a bunch of percentage value, okay? The highest. Okay, so now we are looking at the percentage data. Now the percentage data, so it's okay, now I understand. It's obviously incorrect. That's why everything is so small, so flat. Every bar is not because. So how do you so essentially our error is math error in computing the height, and that is because you are not thinking carefully. You are just doing trial and error. The typical programmer's trial and error. So this line is wrong. Highest bar, in computing the bar height is incorrect. So you really need to think. So okay. Yeah, we're still doing that. We kind of stuck in, and we have issues. Oh, that works in a different way than expected. So what are you guys saying? That's why I love strongly typed languages. Yeah, it's so good. It's super valuable. Okay, so yeah, we're still working on the bar height. We went into fixed several problems, but so the highest bar height is equals to the highest bar height should be just the SVG height, okay? And each bar height should be SVG height times. Oh, wait. I see what's going on, guys. Okay, now our problem. Now look at the data of the Bigram percent, so-called percentage values it returns. So EX occurs 0.4%, okay, like 4% of the time. HT occurs 4% of the time, and so on. So, and we are drawing our bar chart based on that. That is incorrect because we actually need to normalize this bunch of percentages. That is, you find the highest number of them, which is EX in this case, and make instead of 0.04, make it 1. So you need to basically multiply a number to all these values so they are normalized, so that the highest frequency Bigram has a value of 1 and the rest is smaller. Yeah, you want to normalize this percentage, so so the problem is math, it's not JavaScript. Our problem has been, we had actually several problems, but right now it's math. It's kind of confusing concepts. You have count, then you have percentage relative to the sum total of counts, then you have the concept of you want to normalize the percentage. Yeah, so Lucas, do you see what I'm saying? We did that like you talked about, but however, our problem is that we want to normalize the so how do you do that? I hope in next 5 minutes we can at least get the part correctly. Then actually we need to add text labels. So this video stream is turning into like 3 hours marathon. So we need to get normalize. So how do you do that? Then, again, there are several ways. Let's just do the easiest way. Forget about efficiency. Let's just do it maybe here. So you need to rescale each percentage. So, okay, now you need to think about how do you normalize it. So, given a bunch of numbers each number is a percentage of the total occurrences. You want to multiply, okay, so multiply, so find the highest value. This value, okay, this value times x equals to 1, solve for x. So x equals to 1 over that, okay? So that is the scaling factor, okay? So this 1 over biggest value is the scaling factor, okay? Okay, so now so the bar height will be, that's right, okay, I got it. Okay, so let's create a new constant. Okay, bar height scaling is that value. Then each bar height will be the SVG height times where are we? So each bar height will be the SVG height times bar height scaling, okay? And should we be concerned about higher scaling height? No, forget about that. Yes, prettify the code, okay? That is should be the correct code. Now, so here all you have to say is just bar height. SVG minus bar height. So you flip, okay? Compile. Back to that. Refresh. We got something, another error. God, this is no good. Shit. Wait. Okay, so yeah. So actually, I know the math. So bar height scaling factor is equals to that. Oh, times SVG height, I think. That's right, times SVG height. So in other words, SVG height divided by that. SVG height divided by what? I'm all confused. I need to stop. I need to take a break. That's it, guys. Need to take that. This is not working. Okay. Yeah, I need to take a break. I'm kind of shit. I really do need to take a break. And okay, let's we need to finish this. Okay, we need to think. So so biggest Bigram value times x equals to 1. So that becomes 1. So biggest Bigram value, okay. And then each, forget about this one for now. Wait. Then bar height. Where is this? It's not used. let's just say 0 for now. Okay, here let's just say 0. Yeah. Okay, so bar height scaling equals to 1. So each bar height will be, yeah, obviously we're missing the value times v. Okay, the value, yeah. Compile, back to the code, back to browser, refresh, no. Refresh, no. So back to the code. Bar height standing SVG height. Times 1 over it's so each bar height equals to SVG height times bar height scaling. Compile. Computer, compile, refresh. Oh, finally. A, B, C. Okay, let's get rid of the type error. Reduce of empty array. Shut the fuck up. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. TH, 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 TH. Now, after 1 hour or 2 hours of struggle, painfully, finally, we got the bar chart correctly. Actually, not really, because we haven't inverted yet. Now, inverting it is easy. Now, inverting it now is easy. SVG height minus bar height. Compile, please. Back to browser, please. Refresh, please. Perfect. Now we just need to add text label, text labels, SVG labels. Okay, it's one more step, and we're done for the day. Thank you. Thank God for blessing us with the ability to code JavaScript and SVG. Now you go to text element, SVG basics. Let's see if it's there. Ellipse, polygon, polyline, path. No, it's not there. So we need to go to text element. We need to add labels. Okay, text element. This is how you do it. You know, if you don't know, it's pretty simple. So copy that. Okay, copy back to JavaScript code. So for each, so we are doing for each here. Remember, map entries. So all we have to do for each, then this function, then okay. So that's so this function. Then we have to create text element here. Okay. So this is, so basically let's copy that. So create element, this say, let's say text, okay, then basically, okay, so this is text x, okay, label, okay, label, okay, create a text element, yes, and attribute and xy, forget about the others, and style, yeah, we want style. Stroke black, stroke red, fill red, okay, fill red, and stroke width, let's say 1, okay, 1 pixels. So text element, so where do you want to place it? Oh, that's again the problem. Well, the problem is something like, you know, we just follow follow the bar chart where it is. Oh, this is a problem. Okay, x is the same thing. Okay, x and y. Okay, so forget about that. So y, let's just say 0. Okay, let's prettify the code, please. What the fuck? Formatting, you cannot, you know, Deno cannot format our code. You know, I'm starting to find more and more problems with Deno. Okay, append child, that, what Deno cannot format our code. What the fuck? Yeah, okay, so stupid Deno. What? Line 128. What the fuck is the... Oh yeah, so why do you have that? Okay, why you don't have, what? So that's the, you know, I'm starting to not like Deno that much. What the... What? Shrink. So we have this draw SVG. So this, we got syntax error. So this is a function. So we have a arrow function and body. So here is that, and here is that, and here is the completion of that. Okay, cut. Right. Yeah, and here is that. Then that, then that. Okay, stupid. Okay, so now compile, refresh. No, not this page. Where is our Bigram? Refresh. Fantastic. No, okay, we got something mistake. Yeah. wait, this is a text element. Oh yeah, so we got replace bar x by text x. Okay, replace bar x replace bar x by label x. Okay, yes, okay, compile please to browser, refresh. Now where is the label? Okay, label is not there. Now you can do x and y. Y is, let's say, 10. Yeah, drop down a little bit. Okay, compile it, browser, refresh. Oh yeah, because you didn't add the text. When you want a text attribute, you need the text, Yeah, so let's add the text. So label attribute, then label dot inner HTML, and that will be the actual key. Okay, key. Key. Okay, yeah, you need to actually now compile. Where is it? Here. Refresh. Fantastic. Now finally, let's try. Remove everything. A, B, C, D, E, F. So we do have a text now. It's not so very good. TH, 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 TH. So we do have the text now. Let's see. Now let's make it better. Okay. So make it better. So -10. Okay, then stroke style. Let's remove the style. Compile, refresh. Fantastic. Now finally, after 2 hours today and 2 hours the previous days, we have a interactive Bigram plotter written in JavaScript and SVG. Now there's more things to do. Now, for example, the label is not too clear, and also you want to put this part into the label, so user can see how many percentage or occurrence is the Bigram. Okay, but that's it for today. Okay, thank you for watching. But basically, we are done, and we need to more detailed coding of this file. So let's review. Open the file. So it's only 130 lines. So all the first today we did is adding basically 10 lines. Yeah. So 3 hours for 10 lines, and that's actually correct. I mean, because if you read, report where they've done study of statistical measuring how many, in big corporations, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, how many lines per day a programmer adds? 10. 10 is a good day. so we are doing good. We are doing a realistic thing. Okay, so so here's our code. It's only 130 lines, okay, to do this Bigram chat. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Now, if you like my tutorial, good, good, you did it. Finally, 120. When did you make that comment? Okay, so anyway, so yeah, okay, so we did it. We in some form. So thank you for watching. If you like my don't forget this. If you like my JavaScript tutorial. So I have a JavaScript in depth. If you like my style and stuff, go buy it. Okay, like go down here, buy JavaScript in depth, and you'll get onto the road of mastering JavaScript. And it includes, by the way, it includes all the HTML you need to know, the comprehensive, all the entire HTML tags, case sensitivity, allowed characters in ID, for example, in attributes, char set and encoding, whether you should use UTF-8 or what is UTF-8. For example, character set encoding UTF-8. What does that mean? So explain here. And so HTML you need to know, and CSS you need to master. Okay, we ran into did we run into a CSS issue? Not really, but anyways, so CSS and you have JavaScript. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Bye guys. I'm shutting down in 1 minute. That's a grueling talk show. 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's the longest I've done live. Okay, no more drink. I need to get drink. Who else is here? Who else is watching? Bot? Okay, so this looks right. The Bigram, plotting Bigram. Okay, so another thing we need to do for the Bigram is that the vertical Bigram is not so good because they are, you want the bars to be horizontal instead of vertical, because you are going to have potentially 100 or so more Bigrams. So it's too narrow, too many columns to fit together. So a better format is a horizontal for Bigram, so that we can fix, and now it's easier to fix after we've struggled so much with the code. Bye guys.